Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has finally endorsed Peter Obi ahead of the presidential candidate of APC, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, and presidential candidate of, of PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. It has generated a lot of buzz in the media scene, and as predicted as it is, the APC and the PDP, they have dismissed the endorsement by former President Olusegun Obasanjo. According to the cable, the APC Presidential Campaign Council dismissed Obasanjo's endorsement of Peter Obi as worthless. That was also what was carried by the Premium Times, while the PDP dismisses it as subjective support, saying that it doesn't reflect the views of the overwhelming Nigerians. This day, however, said that Obasanjo rejects Atiku, Tinubu endorses Peter Obi for president. The Nation newspaper, predictable also, since it's owned by Asiwaju Bola and Tinubu, said that Obasanjo's endorsement Obasanjo cannot produce a councillor. So in the headline of the Nation, they say Obi's endorsement, you can't produce a councillor. Tinubu mocks Obasanjo. Now, they want to whittle down and dismiss this endorsement, but they are going to fail, because this endorsement is significant. And I can tell you for free that APC and PDP, they were rattled by this endorsement, even though they were expecting it. The body language of Obasanjo had always been there, that Peter Obi is his preferred presidential candidate. But why I want you not to take them serious at all in their dismissal of this endorsement is because, if you recall, when Tinubu visited Obasanjo's home in Abeokuta, Tinubu and co celebrated this visit. It generated a lot of buzz to the level that one of the leading politicians that went with Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, which is the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Amila, was among 5 people that Obasanjo took to his inner room, which he didn't take to all their others. Shortly after that visit, Amila issued a statement saying that Obasanjo has endorsed Tinubu. You can go and Google it. You'll see it. Now, that endorsement forced Obasanjo to issue a statement that he had not endorsed anyone, and warned Tinubu to warn his followers and supporters to stop inputting things he didn't say. Now you ask yourself, Obasanjo that today is worthless, Obasanjo today that cannot win councillorship, why were they quick to celebrate his endorsement of Tinubu and lied about it? Because they know that his endorsement will give them a mileage. But today, as Obasanjo has formally endorsed Obi, the same Tinubu camp that rushed to the media to claim that Obasanjo has endorsed them has dismissed it as inconsequential, claiming that Obasanjo cannot even uh, win a councillorship in his ward. So when did they suddenly remember that he cannot win councillorship in his ward? They didn't remember it when they visited Obasanjo and flooded his house and was begging him to endorse them. And when he didn't do any endorsements, the next day they went to the media claiming that Obasanjo has endorsed Tinubu. They think they can fool Nigerians. They can't fool Nigerians, not with people like us around to remind Nigerians things they have forgotten. Then PDP. PDP is dismissing it as inconsequential, say it doesn't reflect the view of Nigerians. But this same PDP, if you remind them that Obasanjo in his book, My Watch, wrote that Atiku Abubakar is corrupt, he devoted several pages in his book, My Watch, to write about corruption allegation against Atiku Abubakar. They will remind you that Obasanjo endorsed Atiku in 2019. They celebrate that endorsement as a clean bill of health. Now they want to tell us that it's just opinion of Obasanjo, that Obasanjo's view does not reflect the views of Nigerians. And they sound funny because they are aware that opinion poll after opinion poll has indicated that Peter Obi is the leading candidate ahead of the 2023 presidential election. So what Obasanjo did was a reflection of the will of Nigerian people, contrary to what PDP is claiming. So I want to bring this up so that to disabuse your mind from the lies of APC and PDP, that it doesn't matter. It really matters. And before I go further in this discussion, if you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will recommend it for more people, and more people will be encouraged to vote for Mr. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. Now let us look at what Obasanjo wrote, just some key points he wrote about in this letter he wrote to Nigerians on January 1st, 2023, which he titled My Appeal to All Nigerians, particularly Young Nigerians. And in that letter, he said that Governor Peter Obi has an edge in the February 25, 2023 election. And these are some of the things that Obasanjo said, which we're going to look at it. He said, none of the contestants is a saint, but when one compares their character, antecedents, their understanding, knowledge, discipline, and vitality that they can bring to bear, and the great efforts required to stay focused on the job, particularly looking at where the country is today, and with the experience on the job that I personally had, Peter Obi as a mentee has an edge. Others, like all of us, have what they can collectively contribute to the new dispensation, to liberation, restoration, and salvation of Nigeria. One other important point to make about Obi is that he is a needle with a thread attached to it from north and south, and he may not get lost. And he may not get lost. We are going to look at that. In other words, he has people who can pull his ears if and when necessary. He has a young and able running mate with a clean track record of achievement, both in public and private life. Now, Obasanjo is saying, of all of them, Peter Obi, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and Atiku. That Peter Obi is the one that has the character, the mentality, and the capacity to do the job. And you can see he also mentioned the fact that Peter Obi has vitality. It means he has health on his side. He said that he has been in the position. He knew what it takes to be president of Nigeria. It is not something you left for people who are sickly. Say he has been there. He is talking as somebody who has been on the seat. Therefore, he is advising and he is saying that Peter Obi has an edge over other candidates because he has vitality, he has integrity, he has uh, what it takes to be the president of Nigeria. He is talking from experience. About Atiku Abubakar, despite the fact that he has been vice president, he has never been president. So Obasanjo is much more competent than any other person to recommend somebody who could do the job because he has done the job before. And I can bet you can bet that he did it better than what Buhari did. You understand? He did better than what Jonathan did. Most of the things you are seeing today, the EFCC, the ICPC, what have you, many of them were the brainchild of Obasanjo. So you can see, say, in terms of antecedents, none of them can compare in character, antecedents, understanding, knowledge, discipline. What he's saying that Atiku Abubakar and Tinubu, they lack the discipline, they lack the vitality, they lack the character to be president. That is why he's saying that P2B has an edge over them. And he said that that is important because the country needs somebody who will stay focused on the job. Look at what Obasanjo said. He said the great effort required to stay focused on the job, particularly looking at where the country is today and with the experience of the job that I personally had. P2B as a mentee has an edge. So he has been on the job. That job is a tedious job. It may look glamorous outside. It's a tedious job. It's not for somebody who is sickly, somebody who will be in and out of hospital. And he also did mention the fact that the he has uh, P2B also has an excellent vice presidential candidate who has impeccable character and all that. So that is a good testimony by a president, a former president who has been there for 8 years. There is no better testimony. There is no better person in Nigeria alive today than Obasanjo to give that kind of testimony. Now, let me tell you some of the significance of this endorsement by Obasanjo. Even though they are trying to, APC and PDP want to deceive Nigeria that it doesn't matter. Like I said earlier on, Obasanjo has an experience on the job. So he is eminently qualified to interview prospective job seekers for that office or to assess them. And he has assessed Atiku Abubakar, he has assessed Tinubu, and he has assessed P2B and found P2B the most worthy, most trustworthy, most competent, most vitality to do the job because the job requires a lot of energy, which Atiku and Tinubu does not have. The worst of it is that even Tinubu doesn't have this vitality to run a country of 200, over 200 million people. That his economy is in dire straits. And insecurity has enveloped it in so many ways that he's struggling to extricate himself from it. He doesn't need such a leader who will be in Paris hospital or in London hospital where Nigerians are being killed at home. And then his minders will be issuing statements here in Abuja, telling Nigerians lies upon lies. So Obasanjo belongs to a special club of democratically elected presidents of Nigeria. It's a small club which has only Obasanjo, late President Yaradua, President Goodluck Jonathan. By May 29, President Muhammadu Buhari will join this exclusive club. So Obasanjo belongs to it. The former military heads of states were not even part of this club. They have never run Nigeria democratically, like Obasanjo, like Jonathan, like Yaradua, and like Buhari is doing now. So Obasanjo is eminently qualified to assess Atiku, Tinubu, and Obi. Then there is some other thing that we should not forget. Obasanjo has, by sheer luck or providence, has always been at the center of various turning points in Nigeria's history. He was a pivotal player in the Civil War. He was the one that received the flag of surrender of Biafra. He has been a former military head of state. He has been able to transit Nigeria from military rule to civilian rule in 1979. And he has been nationalistic. He had an opportunity to hand over Nigeria to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, a fellow Yoruba man, but he handed over a democratically elected Shehu Shagari, a Fulani from Sokoto State. That is how pan-Nigerian Obasanjo is. Obasanjo came out from prison in 1999. He was among those who challenged the draconic rule of Sani Abacha, for which he was accused of good plots. So Obasanjo is pivotal. He has been an excellent reader of Nigerian politics. And he has done it so effortlessly, and he has always been at the center of it when things are about to change. So I'm not surprised that he keyed into this new change being driven by the youths. And you can see in the letter, he was particular about the youths. He wanted the youths to take back their country, just as Peter Obi have been saying. So that is another important takeaway, the significance of Obasanjo back in Peter Obi. And then when you realize the importance of this is when this election is done. If anybody reads this election, I can tell you for free that Obasanjo will rally the international community and see that the election is upturned to reflect the true reflection of the true votings of Nigerians. Obasanjo will bring his diplomatic plots and we will stand shoulder to shoulder with Peter Obi, while Peter Obi will go to court. I've told you, if anybody read this election, that's when they will realize that Peter Obi that you see very quiet will take action through the legal process. And Obasanjo will back him. The international community will be rallied until the election result is reversed. So I will not be surprised if the election is rigged at the end of the day. It is reversed and Peter Obi will be declared the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But we don't pray for that. But I can assure you, Obasanjo's presence, endorsement, is significant and will come handy if anybody do any hanky-panky in this election, whether it was done by INEC, it was done by the sitting president. Whoever inherited it had inherited a hot charcoal put in his hand. So the election has to be free and fair. Then Obasanjo will accept it, Peter Obi will accept it, Nigerians will accept it. Then another important thing that you have to know about Obasanjo. Obasanjo enjoys the respect of Nigeria's former leaders, the military heads of states and other former leaders. They respect him a lot. They revere him. If you see Obasanjo and Abdulsalami Abubakar, he always address uh, Obasanjo as his organ. You don't joke with, you don't disrespect Obasanjo at all. The same thing with Babangida. Babangida said, if you cannot grant interview and criticize Obasanjo. Obasanjo have said some terrible things about IBB. IBB refused to reply. Instead, what IBB said that I don't take issue. I don't I don't exchange words with my boss. That's how strong and how important he is in Nigeria. So anybody who is telling you that this thing, this endorsement of Obasanjo doesn't matter, it matters significantly. It is very important, and it is going to affect the perception of Peter Obi all over the country, because Obasanjo has many friends in the north, powerful friends. He has shown them his direction he's going, and he has itemized the reason why Peter Obi is the best candidate. So whatever anybody tells you, Obasanjo's public endorsement on January 1st, 2023 is a major game changer, and it will have an impact on this election, both in terms of the perception of Peter, Peter Obi in the north, in terms of uh, the reach of Obasanjo in the international community and all that. They will all come to play when this is needed. When Obasanjo's contacts, international connection is needed in this election, especially when the election result comes out and it was not free and fair. You will see the role Obasanjo will play. Go and ask Abacha. Go and ask those who have tried Obasanjo when when he know that he's on the right side of history. He always succeeds. So don't believe anybody telling you APC and PDP dismissing it, that it doesn't matter. Like I told you earlier on, if it doesn't matter, why were they celebrating? Why did they lie that Obasanjo supported them? Why did Tinubu lie through the Speaker of the House of Reps that Obasanjo has endorsed him when Obasanjo never endorsed him? Now they want us to believe that it doesn't matter. PDP that is claiming that it doesn't matter. Why are they celebrating the 2019 endorsement by Obasanjo? They use it to claim that Obasanjo has forgiven Atiku Abubakar for his alleged corruption, which Obasanjo itemized in his book, My Watch. So that is it, my brothers and sisters. It's a very good development, the endorsement of the former president, one of Africa's most powerful leaders, who is still being celebrated all over the world. You cannot forget that recently he brought peace back in Southern Sudan and in Ethiopia. Everywhere there's a problem, Obasanjo goes there to sort it out. He cannot stay quiet while his own country is burning and the Buccaneers want to take over the country. He will not stand aloof. He will not be sitting on the fence. Obasanjo has never been a man that sits on the fence. He has shown his fingers. He is with Peter Obi. And Peter Obi is the man with the momentum. He is the man to beat in the 2023 presidential election. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it higher and recommend it for more people. As more people sees it, that is how many people will join the Obi Dati trend and help to rescue this country this year. God willing. God bless you.